Hi, this video is going to work on duet in thirds. If you're using your All for Strings book, this is number 58. So let's look at duet in thirds. First thing you notice is that it's a duet, as the title says. So in your music you have two lines that are connected. The top line is line A, there's a letter A there, and the bottom line is line B. So when you play this tune, when you play this song, you'll start in the beginning of one line or the other. You'll read all the way through that line, and then you'll stop. There's a repeat sign at the end in the book, but we don't normally do that. So we're going to start with line A, the top line. Notice that that is 8 measures all the way through. When you play through letter A, you don't automatically go on to the next line. Okay? Letter A, starting with an F sharp. Why don't we start out with some pizzicato, and I want you to play just the first 2 measures, pizzicato, just the first 2 measures. Look at it before we start. Take a few seconds to think about what these notes are. Let's play it. First 2 measures of line A. Ready? And. Good. Let's try that again. Some skipping from F sharp to D, and then back up to G, down to E. All skips here in these 2 measures. Again, first 2 measures of A. Ready, and. Good. And now look at the next 2 measures. The half notes starts on an A, and now we get to come down and scale. Let's play those 2 measures. This is measure 3 and 4, half note measures. Starting on an A, ready, and. A, and. G, and F sharp, E, and stop. Good. So play those 4 measures together. Measures 1 through 4. Pizzicato. Ready, go. Good. Now let's try to air bow that, please. Here we go. Air bow those 4 measures in the beginning of line A. Ready? Ready, go. Down, 2, up, down. Up, 2, down, up. Half note, up, and down, and up, and. Good. Let's try it now on the string. That much, 4 measures with your bow. Line A, set your bow, set your fingers, F sharp. Ready, 2, 3, and. Stop. Let's try that again. Same thing. Beginning, 4 measures, find your F sharp, 2, ready, and. Good. Now let's look at the next 4 measures. Not the same rhythm as we had in the beginning, but very similar notes. We still have F sharp to D, G to E, up to A, and then the end is different, the last couple notes. Can we try playing these pizzicato, please? Starting on measure 5, where there's a down bow, on the F sharp. Here we go. On an F sharp, find your notes, 2, ready, and. try that again. Pizzicato from measure 5. Find measure 5. There's a down bow written there. Quarter note F sharp. Here we go. 2, ready, and. Good, good. Try that with your bow now, please. With your bow. Set your bow. I'm not starting at the frog for this. I'm starting in the middle or a little lower. Here we go. Measure 5. Find the F sharp. 1, 2, ready, and. You'll see that there's a lift at the end. If you did repeat it, maybe you repeat back to the beginning of that line or the other line, you would need to do that lift to go back to the beginning on a down bow. So let's do the whole thing now. Why don't we do the whole thing arco and then with your bow. Here we go. Pizzicato first. Or sorry, pizzicato and then with your bow. I said that wrong. Pizzicato. The whole line A. Find your F sharp. 1, 2, ready, and. Now with your bow. Once you learn line B, you can come back to this point in the video and play line B while I'm playing line A to play it as a duet. So this is about 7.5 minutes into the video. So remember that you can come back and play it as a duet. All right, with your bow, line A. 2, ready, and. Good. You can just move that video back to 7.5 minutes if you want to try that again, okay? Let's go on to line B if you're ready. Line B, if you look at the two lines, you notice that a lot of times when the top line goes down, the bottom line goes up. When the top line goes up, the bottom line goes down. They kind of work in opposite motion, okay? Really, they're kind of just trading notes a lot. If you look at measure 1, in the beginning of measure 1, line A is playing F sharp, line B is playing D. And then at the end of measure 1, line A is playing D, and line B is playing F sharp. They just switch the notes, okay? Why don't we just try to go all the way through this pizzicato, okay? All the way through pizzicato. I'm not going to take as much time on line B as I did on A because it's so similar. Here we go. Line B pizzicato. I'm going to say measure numbers as we go. So if you get lost, hopefully that will help you find your way again. Line B pizzicato. Open D to start. 1, 2, ready, go. Measure 2, 3, measure 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, good. Let's look at just a couple measures here before we play it with your bow. Find measures 3 and 4, please. Measures 3 and 4. So measure 3 has F sharp down to E, and then for measure 4 you skip up to open A, first finger for bass, and then down to G. So violin, viola, cello are crossing strings over to G. Again, we have F sharp, down to E, up to A, down to G. Can we play those 4 notes, please? Measure 3 and 4. Play an F sharp, and then E, up to A, down to G. Look ahead to the next note, open D. Good. Play those in rhythm, please. Measures 3 and 4. We're going to also do that next quarter note D in measure 5. Ready, and F sharp, E, A, G, D. Good. All right, now with your bow, And again, if you would like to, when we're done with this, play letter A while I'm playing B, you can use this. It's about 11.5 minutes into the video. So at 11.5 minutes, I am playing B. You can play A with me. Okay? Everybody else, play line B with me. Here we go. Line B with your bow, starting on open D. Ready for that F sharp at the end of the measure. 1, oh, sorry, metronome. Here we go. 2, ready, and. All right, so that's it for that one. If you're using this to just play along, I played line A at about 7.5 minutes. You can go back to that and play along with A, or play line B while I'm playing A, so it's the duet. And at about 11.5 minutes, I did line B, so you can go back to that and play line B to practice it, or play line A while I'm playing line B as the duet. Thank you.